You are Locked On Red Sox POSTCAST, part of Locked On Sports Boston. On the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, the Red Sox back home at Fenway on Monday night after going 5-1 on a road trip in front of the NBA champs, in front of a packed house as well. Red Sox down, but continue their winning ways. What I'm really liking about this club right now, they just find a different way to win each and every game that they win so far in the month of June. They don't quit. We know that. Houck was terrific until he ran to the end of the line in the seventh inning, got into trouble. Contributions and something from everyone in the lineup and the pitchers that were used in the game as well. Contributions from everyone, that is a theme for this team. In the end, it was Jarren Duran with the heroics, with the walk-off win in the bottom half of the ninth inning. Welcome into the Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, baseball play-by-play announcer, show host on a national level. Spent times in the minors calling games in Batavia, New York, Wilmington, Delaware, Staten Island, New York, Aberdeen, Maryland. 6 college baseball regionals for the ESPN network. Covered the inaugural World Baseball Classic in Tokyo, Japan, and Scottsdale, Arizona. USA baseball events in Cary, North Carolina, Houston, Texas, and Minneapolis. We are providing reaction to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Sports YouTube channel, as well as the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which is free and available wherever you get your podcast. Not only are we providing action, we want your reaction. Come on. Join the YouTube channel, hit the comments, visit with us, let us know who you are. If you're not responding positively to this team right now, if you're doomsday saying, hey, they're going to come back to earth, no, this is reality right now for this Red Sox team. You can also watch and listen to Gabby Hurlbert with her latest Locked On Red Sox. Gabby, in-depth analysis Monday through Friday. Again, part of the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, also available on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel as well. So tonight's show, we're going to talk about this team finding new ways to win, day in, day out, night in, night out. Kenley working a third straight game, worked a scoreless ninth inning. Duran, the hero, bottom of the ninth inning, and you just knew it was coming, right? You just knew it was a matter of time and how they were going to do it. Mondays, we're also going to have our minor league mention as well, our Monday minor league mention. Our latest episode of Locked On Red Sox postcast brought to you by our friends at Prize Picks, the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Go to prizepicks.com/LockedOnMLB and use code all lowercase LockedOnMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. So Tanner Houck was cruising, right? Jays actually led 1-0, got a run in the fourth inning. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, base hit. Vlad Guerrero, infield hit. Justin Turner, base hit, 1-0 ball game. The Red Sox responded. Then in the seventh inning, Jays chasing Houck from the game. Went 6 2/3 innings, but he was cruising right along. Leadoff man in the top of the seventh, reaching on catcher's interference. Kiermaier, 2 strikeouts already in the game against Houck. 2-out RBI single, game tie 2-2. Isaiah Campbell in, single, Vlad Jr. You knew it was coming sooner or later. 3-run home run, all 5 runs in the inning with 2 outs. Red Sox come back, though. 8th inning, Duran reaches on a pop-up double that should have been caught by either the shortstop or third baseman. What was interesting in there was the fact that Duran reaches, he's at second with 1 out. Nate Pearson on the mound had a little bit of a reaction like, what are you doing here? Are you kidding me? We don't make that catch. We're a major league team. Now, was that completely Nate Pearson in his thinking between the years? I don't know, but it looked like it. And it may have distracted him just a bit because the next batter, boom, David Hamilton, home run, 6-4 ball game. A strikeout for the second out, Devers a single. O'Neill to center field. Kiermaier could not make the catch, second and third. So now the wheels are going. Right? Pinch hitter, eventually bases loaded, right? Rob Refsnyder, hey, finally, hey, you know what? Oh, yeah, we got to walk this guy because he kills lefties. So now the bases are loaded. Another pitching change. Romy Gonzalez comes to the plate. And as he's coming to the plate, I'm thinking, Red Sox don't have a grand slam this season. Gonzalez goes up there, first pitch swinging. Double or a single, 2-run score. Gets the job done, 6-6 game at that point in time. And I'm thinking after Gonzalez comes through, how in the world did the White Sox let this guy go during last offseason? Red Sox picked him up on waivers in January. He's done a terrific job. He's got speed. He can play a lot of different places on the field. Again, another guy who just contributed. And you know he was going to do it. Just like in the bottom half of the ninth inning, Kenley Jansen working a third straight game. Leadoff hit. Kiermaier struck out, caught stealing. Heineman just up from the minors, caught stealing. And then Hamilton makes a nice play going far to his left, playing second base. And they get the final out. Bottom nine, Raffaello puts the ball in play. Reaches on an error, a balk. A balk moves him to second. It's over at that point. Winning run at second. Duran is at the plate. Just a matter of who's going to do it, right? Duran does it. Comes through, base hit. Raffaello scores, ball game over, comeback complete. Second time in 2 homestands where the Red Sox come from 4 runs down. Did it against the Phillies. I think it was game 2 of the series against the Phillies, where they were down 4-0, eventually won the game 8-6. But I mentioned Tanner Houck. He was cruising right along. In that 7th inning, I think he threw 25, 26 pitches total. But Houck early on, 1-2-3 first, 1-2-3 second, was terrific. Leadoff base runner, first base runner that he allowed in the 4th inning. Blue Jays got the run, but the Red Sox did respond. They responded with Devers hitting a home run against Chris Bassett. So Houck eventually taken off the hook. 6 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, a walk, 7 strikeouts, no decision. But the Red Sox pick up a win in a game that he started. And they take their ace off the hook. They come back with 5 runs in the final 2 innings against the Blue Jays team. And if you watch the series over the weekend against the Reds, and you watch the Blue Jays, who have now lost 7 in a row, by the way. They've lost 7 in a row, 9 of 11. And they continue to lose ball games. So if you watch the weekend series against the Reds, you watch the Blue Jays, you know what losing baseball looks like. Because mirror image, the Reds and the Blue Jays right now. Last check of the scoreboard before I went on live with our Locked On Red Sox postcast here, recapping the Red Sox comeback win against the Blue Jays in Game 1. So I don't know. I think it's up to 8 or 9 series where whoever wins Game 1, they go on for the sweep in this series between the Red Sox and Blue Jays the last couple of years. So maybe it's another sweep for the Red Sox. We'll see over the next couple of nights. But you take Game 1 and you just continue to step on the neck of a struggling team. The Reds and Blue Jays, they just find ways to beat themselves right now. That's what bad teams do, right? And the Red Sox are a good team, a very good team, 7 games over 500. Right now, wild card spot. And a few weeks ago when we started our Locked On Red Sox postcast, it was like, hey, you're vying for that 3rd wild card. Well, the Royals have come back to planet Earth. And right now, Sam Ekstrom, terrific job helping us get on board, lives in Minnesota. One of our first conversations, Gabby Hurlbut was on it as well. Sam basically saying, hey, you're better than the Twins. That's debatable. Twins are a very good team. Got a lot of talent. Healthy. Stay healthy. And they got a lot of talent. Pablo Lopez was terrific on Sunday. But right now you're vying for one of those, 2nd or 3rd wild card spot. I don't know that you catch the Orioles. Orioles might catch the Yankees. Who knows? But on Chris Bassett, Houck again, 6 2/3, 3 runs, 2 earned. You'll take that. Again, he's cruising right along. All of a sudden, that big inning in the 7th where he was 20-plus pitches, he was up above 100, gone. Is Chris Bassett gone? I'm telling you right now, and I said it last week in the series, you give this team another week. Well, they continue to scuffle, struggle. They're on the struggle bus. They're driving the struggle bus right now. Chris Bassett is under control through 2025. Is he a member of the Blue Jays organization after the All-Star break, before the trade deadline at the end of July? I move him. I move Chris Bassett. 35 years old. He's got 1 more year on his deal. And I think you get something for him. What that package is, I have no idea. But Bassett can help you. Bassett can lengthen your starting rotation. He's solid. Is he an ace? No. But he's a 2 or a 3. You want to talk about him with the Red Sox? Where would you fit him in? He's right there. He's your 2nd or 3rd guy. He's another righty. But Bassett, I don't see this guy. If they're going to figure things out in Toronto, they got to figure out that the white flag needs to go up, and it's time to move on. Celtics fans understand. Trust the process. Philadelphia didn't work, right? The talent that they brought through their farm system and developed, not working. Not working. Bassett has 1 more year of control. Could be very tempting to move him. And certainly if I'm a team looking for a starting pitcher, I'm calling Toronto. I'm talking to their front office and saying, hey, let's go. Let's do this, because it's not working. It's just not. With the victory, Sox have won 8 of 9, 10 of 12, 7 over 500 for the first time this season. 11 wins, 9 losses against AL East teams, 4-0 against the Blue Jays. Third walk-off win of the season, 17th comeback win of the season as well for the Red Sox, who pick up the victory. Jarren Duran, 14-game hit streak. Duran had a night at the plate, and again, hero of the night. First career walk-off base hit for Jarren Duran. He had 3 hits. Rafi Devers had 3 hits. Devers had the home run. Jays went up 1-0 in the fourth against Houck, and then he came right back in the bottom of the fourth inning against Bassett and hit a 2-run shot, his 15th on the season. So a nice win overall for the Red Sox. Again, you got a struggling team in town. Just continue to step on their necks and go from there. Locked On Sports Boston is the number one place to hang out immediately after every game. Locked On Sports Boston, your team every day. Moves from Monday, and Rafi is closing in on a couple of career milestones. We're going to discuss that next. Steve Lennox, Locked On Red Sox postcast, talking about the Red Sox' terrific comeback win on Monday. And my first Nesson reference, Dave O'Brien, Kevin Youkilis, Kevin Millar, above the Green Monster in left field, had a lot of guests. The Celtics, Joe Mazzulla, a bunch of the players, Brown, Tatum, Horford, White, throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. The championship trophy was there. So they're underway. It started with the parade. It started with the celebration. They went to Miami, apparently, parade on Friday. They're underway to celebrating this all summer long. They made their trip to Fenway Park on Monday night. Great crowd on hand. Place was rocking. And that's what you want in those situations as a team. If you're not a believer in this Red Sox team right now, I don't know what to tell you. Locked On Red Sox postcast brought to you by FanDuel. I love sports. I love them so much, I never want them to stop. But as the playoffs wind down, we get fewer games, and the sports aren't sportsing like I want them to. But FanDuel lets you keep the sports going whenever I want, whenever you want. All you have to do is open up the app and dream up bets anytime that you're in the mood. Anytime I'm in the mood. And this summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers with a boost or bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone, every day, all summer long. So head over to FanDuel.com/lockedon and start making the most of your summer. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. Tyler O'Neill entered Monday plus 390 to hit a home run in the opener against the Blue Jays. Didn't happen. Red Sox right now, plus 172 to make the postseason. Red Sox World Series odds right now at plus 175. Again, FanDuel, all customers with a boost or bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone every day, all summer long. Head over to FanDuel.com/lockedon and start making the most out of your summer. FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. Locked On Red Sox postcast also brought to you by Prize Picks as well. Prize Picks, America's number one daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps, on Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. We give you a lot of numbers here. We'll have our numbers of the night coming up in our third segment. All you have to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player snap projections and watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of Prize Picks community today. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000. If you're looking for promotions, Prize Picks has got you covered every week. From lowering select player stats projections on Tuesday to help your lineup hit, or by getting your entry fees back if you have a losing lineup on Fridays. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code LOCKEDONMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. That's LOCKEDONMLB on Prize Picks for a deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It is that easy. So the Red Sox pick up the victory. There were a handful of moves made by the Red Sox on Monday. Tyler Heineman played a role. Isaiah Campbell came on in relief of Houck in that 7th inning. Heineman throwing a base runner out on a caught stealing in the 9th inning with Kenley Jansen on the mound. Joshua Witkowski also recalled from AAA Worcester on Monday as well. Connor Wong placed on the paternity leave. So he's on leave right now. Heineman coming up from AAA. Cam Boozer, Brad Keller, guys who were worked a lot during the road trip, both optioned out. So both Campbell and Winkowski giving the Red Sox more opportunities in that bullpen. Rafael Devers had a night just like Jarren Duran. Devers with 3 base hits, including a 2-run home run. For Devers, the home run, he's a quiet star. His 15th on the season. 2 RBI home run, 2-run home run. That came in the 4th against Bassett, turned a 1-0 deficit into a 1-0 lead. But Rafael Devers right now, coming up on some milestones. We talk about milestones in baseball. He's now got 188 big league home runs. So he's closing on 200. 3 hits, now 990 hits. So 10 hits away from 1,000. It's pretty impressive, considering still how young he is. And he's going to put up career numbers. He's going to put up terrific numbers over the course of his career. But again, approaching 1,000 career hits, 200 career home runs. Devers is, we want to talk about Duran, and absolutely. But Devers, based on respect, based on track record, based on history, Devers should be in Arlington, Texas. And what I'm loving about Devers, watching now, game in, game out, and I would watch the Red Sox before we got on with our Locked On Red Sox postcast most nights, but it was in and out. Now it's pretty much watch every single game. I'll tell you what, and I've asked this question of broadcasters in years past. I remember asking Bob Carpenter many, many years ago, what do you see day in, day out, broadcasting Cardinals baseball when you see Albert Pujols? Now, we're going back a ways. But watching Devers, I would ask Youkilis, I would ask Merloni, I would ask Dave O'Brien, what do you see every day that we don't see on television? You see a lot with Rafi Devers. I don't think, and I'm sure it happens here or there, ground ball to second, he might jog down the line. First to third, he's busting it. Out of the box, he's busting it. I don't think I've seen him that often jogging. And defensively, that's where I'm seeing it more and more, watching this team day in, day out, night in, night out now. Devers at third base, he makes all the plays. And it's so easy for him, and he's a solid third baseman. He'll make an error every once in a while. He'll make you scratch your head. But just overall, with how he plays third base, he doesn't take a play off. It looks easy, so maybe sometimes it looks like it's nonchalant. It's not. He gets enough on the throws. He makes the throws when he needs to, unloads when he needs to. But I'm really that's one thing with Devers right now, watching him day in, day out. There's an appreciation for him. There should be an appreciation for this team overall as well. So the Red Sox are now 43-36. And you know what? Within a game. 7 over 500 overall. Terrific road team. But they're within a game of 500 now at Fenway Park. Imagine if this team is 4 or 5 games over 500 at home in Boston and still playing above 500 baseball on the road. 7 over 500 right now. So now you've got, let's do the math. You've got 17 left before the All-Star break. 7 games over 500. If you go 10-7, you've added 3 more games to that total. Take it. Run with it. Right? And again, people are going to be talking about Jarren Duran at the All-Star break. And yes, he should be an All-Star. We know that. But they're going to be talking about this Red Sox team as well come All-Star break, because right now, the way they're playing, I don't see a bump in the road. Will they lose a series here in the next couple of weeks? They do have the Yankees coming up in the Bronx. A couple of other series there as well. But right now, you look at the upcoming schedule. Take advantage. Padres, it'll be a tough series this weekend. They've got good pitching. They've got, some bats in the lineup. Tatis is going to be out of the lineup. That's looking down the road right now. But you got 2 more games against the Blue Jays. And again, you just continue to step on their neck along the way as well. So the comeback kids, again, another comeback victory, down 4 runs, second time this year. They've come down from a 4-run deficit, and you're beating up on bad teams right now. Don't apologize for it. Don't use it as excuses to berate this team and say, no, it's just not going to happen. Craig Breslow was on with Dave O'Brien, Kevin Youkilis, Kevin Millar, admitted one of his comments basically was, you know what? Our thinking is a little bit different right now. Our thinking is a little bit different going into the end of July with the trade market. You've got to add to this team. Wherever you identify where you want to add, go right ahead. But you've got to add to this team. You've got the guys in this clubhouse have proven 100% that they're worthy of your confidence, front office, ownership group, to make a run. This team's already provided its own shot in the arm. So you want to provide another shot in the arm saying, hey, we're with you 100%. We're going to dip into our minor league system. We might give up a prospect or two, guys we're high on, to add to the big league level for 2024. Because the last couple of years, last year, Arizona, Texas, come on. Doesn't matter. Best record in baseball. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Just get in. And right now they're in, and they're looking good. And I really, unless there's not just one injury, if there are multiple injuries, okay, I would maybe change my optimism, but not right now. Speaking of injuries, speaking of optimism, Triston Casas, little update. He did have some imaging done on his left side with his rib cage injury. The results are expected on Tuesday. Now, initially, or within a couple of weeks of Casas and his injury early on in the season, it was, hey, we're shooting for June 20th to the end of the month. Well, we're in that stage, and that's not happening. Now you're looking, and they're saying, well, early July. Well, early July is right around the corner. At this point in time, maybe it's a couple of games. The optimistic person that I'm not, says, okay, maybe he gets a couple of games before the All-Star break, then he gets a couple of days off, and then he comes back and is ready to go. Right now, I dare say you're not going to see Casas until after the All-Star break. So you're looking after the All-Star break, which is around June 6th or July 16th or so, then he's going to be back. The testing and the results coming back tomorrow, maybe they already have their test results. I'm not sure on that one. But with Casas right now, he's been out this long, could be out a little bit longer. I mentioned there, I don't know if it was segue or not, but it is Monday, so we have our Monday minor league mention that's coming up. And there's a guy who was drafted last year by the Red Sox who we're going to talk about. And I wonder right now, with Connor Wong and the catching situation the way it is, maybe if you're going for a big fish in the trade market, this guy, Kyle Teel, might be part of that. Discuss that next. Well, the Red Sox with a great come-from-behind victory against the Blue Jays on Monday night. Now a season high 7 games over 500. Numbers of the night coming up in just a moment, plus our Monday minor league mention as well. Locked On Red Sox postcast, part of the Locked On Sports Boston network. Of course, it is the number one place to hang out immediately after every single game. And our Locked On Red Sox postcast brought to you by Supply House. Get supplies from the site that is made for skilled trades. What do we mean? Well, that website is supplyhouse.com. Supplyhouse.com is the reliable way to order plumbing, HVAC, and electrical products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product information to help you get the job done and the job done right. Shop a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from over 400 top brands and get your order delivered right to your door with fast shipping from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Get an expert support and industry-leading service from a friendly person, from the friendliest folks in the business, and talk to a real person every time. Pros in the skilled trades can get a competitive edge by joining SupplyHouse.com's free Trade Master program. What is that, you ask? Well, every Trade Master gets access to a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every single order. Join the thousands of trade pros already benefiting from their free membership at supplyhouse.com/T#M and order plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies from anywhere with just a few clicks at supplyhouse.com. So it is Monday, and for the second straight week, we've got our Monday minor league mention. Yes, I use a lot of alliteration. Thank you to our sponsors, FanDuel, Prize Picks, and Supply House on this Monday. Again, we debuted our Monday minor league mention last week, and we highlighted prospect Blaze Jordan, who is with AA Portland right now. Well, this week, we also mentioned his Portland Sea Dog teammate, Kyle Teel. Teel, 22-year-old catcher, playing for AA Portland. Over 55 games this season, this through Sunday. Teel, slash line of 307, 401 with the on-base, and 484 with the slugging. 14 doubles, 8 home runs, 45 runs batted in. His strikeout number is low enough where you're like, hey, that's impressive. It's not 1-to-1 walk to strikeout, but, again, on-base percentage of 401, it's pretty impressive. Teel probably know, considered the third best prospect right now in the Red Sox system and the 29th best prospect in all of minor league baseball, that according to MLB Pipeline. So why do I bring up Kyle Teel as our second Monday minor league mention? Well, two reasons that I'm focusing on Kyle Teel. The MLB draft starts on Sunday, July 14th. I think I have that right. Last day before the All-Star break for the Sox. Red Sox have the 12th overall pick. MLB Pipeline has the Red Sox right now taking Tennessee second baseman Christian Moore at number 12. The Red Sox have been linked to right-handed pitcher Trey Yesavage out of East Carolina with the 12th pick. Latest MLB Pipeline mock draft has the Angels taking Yesavage at number 8. So how do we link Teel to this year's draft? Let's remember, he was considered to be a top 10 pick in 2023 out of the University of Virginia. And you can say that the Red Sox were absolutely thrilled that they dropped to him that Teel dropped to the Red Sox at number 14. We've seen some minor league players move up and down over the last couple of weeks within the organization. I expect more of that movement with promotions in the coming weeks. Now, if Teel is with the team after the trade deadline, does he end up at AAA in his first full season at the big league level? So Teel, again, just talking about last year's draft, he fell to number 14. And with each pick, it was like, okay, Teal's not going at number 10. Teal's not going at 11. And all of a sudden, he was available, and boom, the Red Sox took him. And very happy with the pick. So who could possibly drop out of that top 10 to the Red Sox at number 12 this year? Trey Yesavage. Talked with someone about him last week. He'd be a good pickup at number 12. Not sure he doesn't get picked in the first 10 picks. Maybe, in that 8 range, where right now he's projected to go to the Angels according to MLBpipeline.com. Second reason I bring up Kyle Teel is because of the trade deadline. Trade deadline comes July 30th, 6 p.m. Eastern. And I think you're going to hear Teal's name a lot. I'm not saying the Red Sox are dangling him. I'm not saying that they're even open to moving him in a deal. But teams are certainly, if teams are talking to the Red Sox, Teal's name is going to come up. If you're reading articles from Passan at ESPN or anyone from The Athletic, Buster Olney, anyone, Jason Stark from The Athletic, Jim Bowden from The Athletic, MLB Network Radio, teams are going to ask about Teel. They might be told emphatically, no, he's not available. He's an untouchable for us. But you'd be crazy not to think that his name's not going to come up in conversation between Red Sox and other teams. But with Connor Wong right now and the season that he's having and really establishing himself as a solid catcher in that starting role, again, on paternity leave, so his hit streak right now is still at 13 games. But Teal's name is going to come up. And if you keep hearing his name in trade talks, and perhaps you hear that the Red Sox might be open to moving him, then you know what end of the pool they're swimming in when it comes to adding at the trade deadline. Because if Teel is in there, you're not getting a rental for the rest of the season. So at that point, it should probably tell you, wow, they're deep sea fishing. They're going for the big fish. They're not in the pond. They're not in the kiddie pool. If Teal's name is mentioned and someone does report that, hey, they might be willing to move him, it's going to be a big deal. So Kyle Teel, again, our Monday minor league mention. And I'm not sure if he's untouchable or not. Would you be willing to move him? What's it going to take? If I told you Garrett Shea was available and the White Sox and Red Sox were talking, Teal's part of that conversation. The White Sox need anything and everything going forward. But Teel, if it means you're going to acquire a player that you have control of for 25 and even 2 more seasons, Teel could be one of those guys that is part of the package. Our final segment, and with that, our Monday minor league mention, and we also hit on our numbers of the night. How about the number 1? Kevin Youkilis mentioned this with Dave O'Brien in the 7th inning when the Blue Jays took the lead, scored 5 runs against Houck in the bullpen. Vlad Guerrero had a big hit in that inning, the 3-run home run. All 5 runs, I believe, were 2 outs. But Youkilis mentioned it to Dave O'Brien, and it was looking like the Red Sox were going to be 0-7 on their first game back to Fenway after a road trip. Instead, 1 victory. Now 1-6 in those situations. Comeback win for the Red Sox, down 4 runs to tie it up at 6-6 in the 8th inning. The run on the base hit by Jarren Duran in the bottom of the 9th inning. Their 17th walk-off win of the season. And how about the number 10? 10th one-run victory of the season as well for the Sox. And we'll give you one more because that's what we like to do. We like to play with the numbers. The number 6. The Red Sox have scored 6 or more runs and 12 of their 14 wins during the month of June. Now 7 games above 500 for the year. So again, Locked On Red Sox postcast, we are wrapping up, and we are part of the Locked On Sports Boston. Those are our numbers of the night. And Red Sox go at it. Bayo gets the start. We need Brian Bayo back on track. It would be nice to see Bayo go out there, give you work into the 7th inning like Houck did. Was hoping for 7 from Houck. Gave you 6 2/3. Left trailing. Takes a no decision. But the Red Sox do pick up the win. Our Locked On Red Sox postcast following each and every Red Sox game all season long. We're on almost, within 10 to 15 minutes of the last out. And the Red Sox with a walk-off victory against the Blue Jays. 2 more games left in the series. Gausman against Bayo for Game 2 on Tuesday. Again, we're going to be on board late on Tuesday within minutes of the last out. Hopefully, we'll be talking about another Red Sox victory. Locked On Sports Boston, the number one place to hang out immediately after every game. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, everybody.